Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and we are playing Disco Elysium. Last episode, we found out quite a bit of information. We broke the Hardy Boys story wide open, managed to get some interesting information regarding a certain guest of the hotel, Klaasje. We interviewed her. She contradicted the Hardy Boys story. We came back to the Hardy Boys. They disagreed and said that her story was rubbish, gave us a tape to listen to prove her wrong. We went back to her. She once again disagreed with the Hardy Boys' official story. We came back to the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys finally owned up and admitted that they did indeed not kill the mercenary out the back. In fact, he was already dead when they hung his body in the yard. We are now heading back upstairs to talk to Klaasje to get her take on the situation, because it sounds like from their report, she and another Hardy Boy, we don't know who it is. We know it's a woman, the 8th Hardy. Apparently, they both came down and requested that the Hardy Boys help cover this up. And in fact, it was the 8th Hardy who suggested that they hang the corpse to make it look like it was someone else. So, or at least to hide who murdered the mercenary. So I think it's time to confront Klaasje again.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing. The other thing I should quickly say is that our skills, pretty much all of our skills except for volition and encyclopedia, are compromised at the moment. They believe what she's saying. They are taken in by her reports and her mannerisms. So we're trying our best to sort of work around our skills not really working for us at the moment.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
She puts her coffee mug on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You lied to us, miss.
I didn't lie. Not a lot. I've done my absolute best not to.
'Tis true. The lady hath tried to avoid falsehoods.
Fuck off, drama. Drama's the most compromised.
Come on. She lied through her teeth, and you know it.
Volition has got our back. Yep, we do.
It was a mistake. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions.
Rhetoric's also pretty compromised. I'm not trusting rhetoric right now.
No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
Why did you waste our time then?
No, Kim.
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
No, Authority, we can't trust you either. No. That's not good enough. That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
Yeah, let's hear it then. More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, wine dark in the evening light.
I reckon we could probably trust visual calculus a little bit. What lies beyond it?
The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will
What happens if they do?
kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
I doubt that.
Fucked. People after her. Moral intern people. This isn't Oranese lit.
Thank you, conceptualization.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
Ooh, I think logic's pretty trustworthy. You said you studied Oranese Lit. What's with this fugitive stuff?
I did. I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really good at. Got picked up by a bank. Competitive intelligence, they called it. After that, I sort of, transitioned out of the whole culture scene.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Right.
With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
Yes, we do.
The job was Loosdoen County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Looscop conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
Yeah, but give us the name anyway so we can look them up.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
Interesting. Okay.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Looscop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Lowe's cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
What? That's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
She shakes her head at the thought.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
Okay. Thought. Clearly the bullet wasn't intended for her. She's been out of this balcony the whole time. Even easier shot to get her. The bullet was definitely intended for Lily, I think we're going with as his name. Definitely meant for the mercenary. Because otherwise, like, whoever took that shot could take it again. She's just standing out here on the balcony, unless she knows something we don't about that whole situation.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
I'm a cop. What I do is right? No, I don't want to say that. By not remembering a single goddamn thing? Not good either. I don't either.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
What happened here, Klaasje? What happened the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
No, tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
So my feeling was right earlier. He was enjoying the moment of his death.
Yes, but how did you know that?
You asked her before if he enjoyed it. She avoided it. How did I not discern it was a lie?
Oh, I think our skills are coming back on board.
You know how.
He just had a hunch. Detectives have those sometimes.
Another hit. The lieutenant looks at you in acknowledgement.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Your cigarette, miss.
Oh,
She looks at it and quickly tosses the butt aside. I'm not going to say sorry this happened to her. I don't trust her yet. Are you sure you're not making this up? She's lied to us like 3 times. Yeah. Are you sure you're not making this up?
I'm not lying to you.
She immediately lights another cigarette.
You may sometimes be bad at reading her, but this time, truly, she's telling you how it really went down.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
Thank you, Kim.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait, Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
So she's still lying to us.
No,
What did you do then?
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection. As far as you can.
That's a really good point. Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too.
Ruby.
They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
The 8th Hardy.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
She says, as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
She's a fixer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy boy?
Why not?
All right, let's go then. What happened next?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
It's going to be even less.
About 20,
Oh,
yes.
there you go.
Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
Okay.
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. that we should lay low or something. So I did.
Wait, not really. You lay low by staying at the same hotel where a man was hanged out the back. It's not really laying low. This Ruby. Where is Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Absolutely.
What are you doing?
What?
Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot. It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Klaasje.
Shit, it's a good point, Volition. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Great question. Why'd you call the cops if you were in hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
So you would have us believe, but you're not.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
No drama. I'm now starting to question whether she did call the cops.
Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then?
Shit.
She did, of course.
No.
Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
No, I don't think she did make the call now. Oh no. Did you kill Lely?
What? Why would I put myself through this insanity? Get myself cornered like this?
There's a silence.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy.
Ooh, I think Suggestion's back on board. If Suggestion's starting to find solutions where she is the person who did it.
He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military weapon using jacketed ammunition.
Okay.
Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
Volition. I was gonna roll with some of these, but Volition's now making me think that these aren't really. I don't think it's worth pushing any. I think we can ask number one. Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
That's a very, very interesting answer she's just given. I don't think we're going to ask any of these questions. We're going to move on. She obviously, if we push her here, she's not going to cave. She's too clever. She's too controlled. She's a master manipulator. I don't think there's any point. There's no point pushing that at all. All right, I'd like you to answer some other questions, miss.
Like what?
She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor, over your face. Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
I agree. It probably didn't. Or either way, something to consider? Nah, it probably didn't.
Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
She looks at the table.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I agree. I don't think it was... If it was the people trying to kill her, why haven't they just taken a second shot while she's standing out here? Like, no.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
When was the window changed?
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
She takes a drag.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom, inside.
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here, for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody.
I was wondering that.
No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality.
Fuck off, drama.
This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Drama. We've got to do +3. We've got +3, +1, +1, +1. Great, let's give it a go. Come on, in God's name, wait up.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and willow wisps.
Do you think maybe you've gone too far the other way now, drama?
She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
All right, drama, calm down. I think you've gone too far the other way now.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first.
Thank God we have volition to trust.
Yes. Start at the top. Choose at the bottom. It's how we've always done it. No rush. See?
Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? I'm going to trust Rhetoric. Rhetoric's been pretty... No, Rhetoric's not been trustworthy. Rhetoric's not been trustworthy at all. You know, I think you didn't make that call to the station. Let's go there first.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
Oh, drama. You are so fucking useless as a skill. It's just, I can't trust it now. It's way too far the other way.
What time did you make the call?
Yes, we can chase this up and check.
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
I'm gonna say nothing. Well, I'm gonna say nothing. We don't want to trust. We can't trust drama now either. Drama's now way too far the other way. So let's just say nothing.
She stands before you, holding her back very straight.
Your real name isn't Klaasje Amandu.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garrote around her neck. Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
Good. You can tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of whatever narcotics she's been taking is wearing off.
Was the passport bullshit too? That passport you keep hidden?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Klaasje Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smit.
Inland Empire warned us about a boy, said something about a boy looking interesting. I'm beginning to think I should trust Inland Empire a lot more than I have already. I think I've been a bit flippant with Inland Empire. That's actually an incredible identification early on. Anouk Mea Smit. Okay.
Falsified documents?
Yeah.
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smit, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
Yeah. Yep.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
Where is this boy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless.
West of the boardwalk in the reeds. We have to check this boy out. Yeah, I'm accepting that. We definitely want to follow up on that.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline.
Does it matter what her real name is? Or it does if she did it, so yes, tell me your real name.
It's Katarzyna Klaasje.
The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so.
It's a Grad name, Jimsk or Yugo Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, tiger, economic desolation, and rock music-infused alcoholism. It also makes Klaasje almost an acronym for Katarzyna Klaasje.
Wait, Klaasje is an abbreviation of Katarzyna Klaasje? I fucked that up. Sorry.
It was a sentimental thing. I want it to be more me here, this time. So I used my nickname.
Ah.
A nickname. Who gave you this nickname, Klaasje?
Who gave it to you?
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago.
Hold on, Katarzyna is not an Oranese name, is it? It's not even Muindi, it's Grad.
My parents were Zemsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Klaasje is my father's name.
Klaasje, I've got that name now. Finally we meet Katarzyna Klaasje.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
Alright, enough.
She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
Kim, why have we not arrested her yet?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
This bastion of willpower here, his watchmen have been sleeping too. You can be absolutely certain now. But he's coming around.
Yes. Okay, Kim's coming back as well.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What if I told you you're under arrest, Katarzyna Klaasje?
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Failure to aid a police investigation. She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case.
I think Rhetoric might be back on board.
Fucking mind games. Enough.
Okay, Half-Light, calm down. Oh my god.
That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
Right. Failure data police officer, don't care about. That's not... I do, obviously, sorry. I care about that, but I don't think that's the reason we would actually arrest her. Misrepresenting information about the case is important. Suspect in a murder investigation is a really important one. I mean, she's just admitted that she's fled multiple countries in the past. You're not playing these mind games? We're not going that. Industrial espionage. No, we don't care about that. I think it's the suspect in a murder investigation. That's the most important reason to keep her here, is that she's a flight risk. You're a suspect, Klaasje. You're a flight risk. This is all the reason I need.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please no.
Her eyes become round with fear. She tries to back further off.
But there's nowhere to go. A 2-story drop to the plaza mosaic. If she could, she would have run before. Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I think I know who did it. I know who shot Lely. You know it wasn't me. Why would I do it? I have no motive.
She knows something.
What do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says, gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ooh.
Ruby.
And why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
And what is that?
Sex. And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she's romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
Not the direction I thought this was going to go.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Now look. This is a person, a suspect, who has lied to us multiple times. And every time we've confronted, has another layer of lie to fall back on. Do I believe that Ruby shot Lely? Maybe. It's possible. Do I think it's unlikely? Yeah, I think it's really unlikely. Ruby did jump very quickly onto the whole, let's hang the corpse, this is how we'll get away with it. Like that is to jump to that very quickly and have a plan within like 20 minutes is insane. But if she did this to then run away with Klaasje, surely she would have insisted that Klaasje go into hiding with her, get away from this. Like, there would have been other steps that she took to ensure Klaasje wasn't still here. Because Ruby's now in hiding. She's gone. If the whole reason she did this was to get Klaasje to herself, this is a terrible way to do it. Like, this is basically guaranteed to scare Klaasje off, have her go on the run and disappear somewhere else. And Ruby's not even here to follow her. I don't think this is what happened. Do I think Klaasje is outright lying to protect herself? Do I think she did it? I don't know. I don't think she did it. We know that the bullet came from behind. Could she have shot him from behind? Yeah, she totally could have. But then the window breaking, like this is so many levels of deception. I don't think Klaasje did it. I don't think she was the target. I think Lely was the target. I think this is just a really unfortunate coincidence that Klaasje also has terrible enemies. I don't think Klaasje is to be trusted, though. I don't think she's told us the truth. I don't think we can trust her at all. I'm going to go with option 3. I don't know what to make of this.
I know what this sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs.
Yeah, that is the only bit I can't quite square, actually. If that's true. I want Titus to confirm that separately, actually.
Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
God damn it, this is actually a little bit convincing. Damn it!
This is a familiar theory.
Yeah.
You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching?
Hang on. But if Ruby shot Lily, how did she then get downstairs so quickly? We need to know Ruby's time. We need a timeline. We need to know Ruby's movements.
Yet again, you're coming up with this. The worst thing is, it may be true.
And no, we don't need to ask whether she was threatening. No. We don't need any. I don't think that's hearsay. I'm not interested. How could Ruby have killed him?
She could have had access to the roof. You've noticed that door there, right? Maybe it leads downstairs.
The barred door next to the window. Oh no. It probably leads to the kitchen, to the mysterious blue door. Oh, this is... Oh no. Alright, scratch everything I just said before. Annoyingly, this theory actually is looking pretty solid.
She could have come to the roof through that, then taken the shot right here, where I stand. It was dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Actually, no. Unless you... Because look at the lights. Look at the way our shadows are casting lights. She's actually in perfect view of the bedroom with the lights shining through the door. That one's less convincing for me.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Yeah, but it's unlikely. And she would have heard the gunshot.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got weird.
No. Okay, I am going to ask number 2. I was going to leave question. When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it.
Okay.
And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
She looks through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Yikes. All right, that's it for Ruby.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now. Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful.
Okay, we are not trusting authority.
She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Who?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
That's all good, but I think we should still take you in just in case. I'll step a little bit closer. The problem is, right. Oh, what's the problem? Why am I resisting arresting her? Do I believe that she's on the run and in trouble? Yeah, I kind of do believe that. I do think that explains some of her behavior here. But then... yeah, let's do it. That's all good, but I think we should still take you in, just in case.
Still? After all this, sir, please. It's a shitty world, and I know I'm shitty too. I know.
Her hand turns into a fist, slowly crushing the cigarette she's still holding.
But I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into paste just because I disturbed the sanctity of accounting. That's some multinational...
She's gearing up for a last stand. This is it.
But she did ruin people's lives and commit a crime. Like, yeah, sure, she was employed to do so, but she still chose to do it. What do you deserve then?
I don't know. To spend my days with smoke, and drink and dance, wallowing in shit. Just like everyone else.
What other option do I have?
You have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive. You can write me one. You don't have to take me in right now. I promise I won't go out anymore at night. I'll be right here. I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own. In 2 months, or maybe even 1 month. That's all I need.
Oh no. Oh no.
You do have the form.
Kim looks at your ledger.
That's it. I'm calling it. Kim is beyond compromised.
Oh.
Definitely, sire.
Oh, shit. Okay, what will have changed in 2 months or 1 month?
Everything could change. This city, the extradition rules, the people after me could be in jail. Or maybe Revachol.
Oh, no. What do we do? Seriously? Seriously, what do we do?
There is desperation there, in that silence. A cornered animal looking for a way out.
I don't know what to do.
Maybe Revachol could be free. I could be tried in a free Revachol. An independent state that doesn't hand its detainees over to the moral intern.
A free Revachol. There is a low, distant rumble on the motor tracks. A great machine shaking the pillars down south. Electricity runs up your spine.
I find that hard to believe, miss.
What was that feeling?
It's coming.
What? Shivers is a very appropriate name for that skill. I have actual shivers running down my spine. Whose voice was that? That's the same voice we heard in the call box downstairs to the Doomed Commercial District when we were trying to investigate that the pale affected line. I also find out hard to believe. I don't think Revachol's ever going to be free. Sorry.
Don't. The world can change. It has changed before.
She looks at you, frozen to her spot.
That's not the answer she was hoping for. Thought that you were some kind of patriot or communard, did she?
Ah.
This was her last card. There is nothing more she can say. The final decision is yours. You alone stand on the throne of your mind.
I've made my choice.
She looks at you in silence, her face filled with fear, lips parted.
I haven't, though. That was a lie.
Wait. If you arrest her, Kim will have to transport her. You'd be without your partner for the rest of the day. Shut up. He's making a decision, and it's his to make.
Oh, no. I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do. And I think if I'm stuck between arresting her and not arresting her, I should probably do the middle option. I should probably make the compromise. And then Kim seemed to think that was a good idea. But then Volition, who we can 100% trust to do... can we trust Volition to be correct, or can we trust Volition to always look out for us? I think we can trust Volition to always look out for us. I don't think we can necessarily trust Volition to be like objectively truthful. Volition's pretty sure Kim's compromised. All right, let's write you a station call, Kajarazine. If you miss it, I can't help you anymore.
I won't.
She takes the slip, shaking visibly. Then she collects herself.
This may have been a grave mistake, sire. Maybe, maybe not. Mercy is rarely a complete mistake.
I promised I will be right here all the time, nights too. I'll help you any way I can in this investigation, and I will be at Station 41 in 6 weeks. I promise.
I guess we'll find out if she's still here tomorrow, whether she was lying or not. Let's talk about you and Ruby again. I'll just double check there's nothing else I've missed here.
She nods, then nervously pulls on her cigarette.
Okay, nothing else. Cool. That's all for Ruby.
Okay.
I think that's everything. All right, let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
Ah. Shivers, godly, look up to the grey sky. Give it a go. Let's give it a go, and if we fail, I'll dump a point in Shivers, and actually, no. Let's be really, really clever. Oh, hang on.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all.
I was right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
It killed him. And I'll look at Klaasje.
No. Communism killed him. Remember? Love made it possible. You know this much.
Looks like love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see.
Say nothing. Let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real.
Why?
Easier that way.
Was it real?
I don't know.
She looks down at the coffee. Oh, sorry, looks down at the yard, then back into her coffee.
Real as anything.
What is communism in this, though?
You do not know. A wind of needles. Airships flutter in the stratosphere.
How do I know all of this, then?
Who knows? It's getting cold out. You should go.
Okay, we'll finish that thought. Interesting. Okay, let's check on stuff that gives us shivers, and let's see if we can figure out what's going on with that insane shivers check. Do we have anything that gives us good shivers? I don't think we do. Yep, there we go. That one gives us good shivers. +1 shivers. Okay, I think that's all the shivers we're going to get. I'll just double check, but I think that's all the shivers we're getting. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's give that check a go, hey?
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
17%. Not great. Less than 1 in 5.
Nothing happens.
Dang.
There is a mass of droplets above the planetary body, colorless, merging into one another.
Dang, we were close too, though. 14 and 16.
The sky is low and cold. You hear the distant murmur of motor connections somewhere south of here. That is all.
Okay, fair enough.
Silence, officer. Wouldn't have thought you the silent type. What were we talking about?
I'll just check in with the flower.
She looks at chipped white pulp.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
Sudden change of topic.
All right. I like it sudden.
All right, let's return to this later. Okay, let's dump a point in shivers. +6. Let's dump a point. And did we want to also dump a point into any other areas? Nah, shivers would be good. Let's drop that in. We'll keep our other 3 points. Let's give it a go.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
28%. Let's go.
Continuously nothing. The sky slowly slides above you. The young woman exhales the scent of menthol tobacco. Sounds like a sigh.
All right, one more go, because we've got the points. Let's get shivers up to 8. Let's do this. Let's go one more. Okay, 8 shivers. Here we go.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder.
A warm column of air rises around you, encircling the building you stand on. You feel its twisting shape, bits of paper and birds on the thermal, along with several million liters of water, all rising up into the great Insulindian sky.
Why does it rise?
Because it's warm, from the gathering spring, from the oceanic current flowing into the bay, the people on the streets, and the machines that hum in the harbor. Heavy fuel oils, too.
Shudder.
From the vapor, a great cumulus is formed, a cloud castle 1,000 meters high. A flock of seagulls screams, hitchhiking on the thermal. They too are part of the procession, the honor watch.
For whom?
For her, The guest, waiting,
Is she safe here?
as safe as you keep her.
What is she waiting for?
For Gloria. Soon these clouds will all fall down as rain. Spring will come. 2 more months, maybe less. It's time.
Miss, what are you waiting for?
You mean here in Martinez?
She takes a drag, slow and long. Nod.
I'm waiting for the miracle to happen. It'll take one to get me out of the mess I'm in.
And what would that miracle be?
The return, of course. Now, I know I'm not from around here. I would only be hitchhiking. The return is a big hit in the industrial espionage circles. A lot of desperate, seedy types there. All screwed in this unipolar world.
What is the return?
Don't you know, sir? I thought you were from around here. You look like Mr. Revachol.
Humour me.
The return, well, it's part urban myth, part political science. It's a fool's hope, sir, and it's also all I've got. They say there will be an event, that it will happen somewhere here,
She looks around, then at the sky.
in Revachol West. They say it will happen soon, and that it will change everything.
Le retour.
The lieutenant says, his forehead furrowed. He puts his notes down. Some political event. How do you know of this?
As I said, there's talk. In the competitive intelligence crowd, a lot of people, like me, we need a new color on the map. It's all blue, you see, and that blue doesn't like us.
You came all this way because of a rumour.
No, I came all this way on a false passport and some money. To hide, mostly. In the most volatile part of the Real Belt, where it's easiest to disappear. Where the walls are still porous and you can slip through. This is just something to get me through the night, you know? A little espérance.
Still, the story influenced their choice of where to run. It must have some hidden layers.
How soon will it happen?
Soon. But it's been soon for almost half a century now, so don't hold your breath. No need to worry, Lieutenant. I'm sure the streets will not erupt in seditious violence just yet.
These streets? I'm not so sure, miss.
The return of what exactly?
Of the king, of the nation, of communism, return on investment. I don't know exactly. It's meant to be vague, as promises generally are. But at the same time, I mean, things can't go on like this forever. Something will give. It always does.
It's an empty vessel, an amphora waiting to be filled. Something always returns from the past. It's how the future happens. Many guesses turn out to have been right.
Is this why you said you would like to surrender in a free Revachol?
Yeah, I guess it is.
So she thinks, at least partly, that this return will feature a self-governing Revachol. She has already placed her bets.
Thank you. One last question. Do you really think it will happen?
I do.
I don't.
Don't be so sure. Something is coming. Trouble. It will be a hot spring. I don't know what it is exactly, but...
He shakes his head.
Something is happening in this city. I can feel it when I'm out here at night.
Her thought trails off. The wind picks up again. Above her, a great cumulus cloud rises, ready to fall down as precipitation. April will come, then May. A month, maybe 2 from now. You shudder. The feeling dissipates. The thought ends.
All right, let's leave it there. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, goodness me. Let's get our clothes back on. Was it this one? Yeah, we're sort of going for the ones that don't give us minuses wherever possible. Okay. Yikes. Well, at least now we've got loads of shivers. What is our shivers without items on? 6. Okay, so we'll pass all of our passive shivers checks from now on, which is pretty good. We've got 2 things left. I really want to investigate that window from the inside a bit more. Visual Calculus did say to have another look.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
What happened here?
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are 2 neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. A 2-hearted spider.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired.
Oh, so actually it didn't come in through the back of his head, it actually came in through his mouth. Okay, I misinterpreted that information, which would have maybe changed how I dealt with Klaasje, because I probably would have just arrested her on the spot. I thought he'd been shot from behind, but actually he'd been shot through the mouth. Okay, interesting.
The man looks directly at the woman.
Yeah.
The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Yikes, I would have got that wrong. Yep.
Ending him.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belma-grave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them 1 shot.
Okay, fair enough. I thought the rifle would indicate that it's from further away, to be honest.
The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room? A closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin, further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Well, we probably should, yeah. Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez. A 30% chance, basically. 1 in 3 chance that it wasn't from on the roof. That's definitely worthy of having a bit of a closer look outside.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely, though.
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Oh, point B, the boardwalk. What about that? What about on top of the building? What about on top of the Wompty-Dumpty-Dom Centre? Have a look at point B, the boardwalk. Well, not the actual Dumpty-Dumpty-Dom, Wompty-Dumpty-Dom Centre, but the building with that large billboard outside. Let's have a look at the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Yeah, but we know there's 3 other specialist military operatives in the city, one of whom is in a sniper's nest. Like, we already know that. Let's have a look at Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
All right, what about point B, the islet?
1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof? In Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Definitely.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on.
All right, we'll blink and leave. Oh boy. Okay. Should we try and get through that door again? It seems like whether or not... Oh, maybe we should try and go through the blue door in the kitchen.
Same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Okay, let's put some clothes on that give us some physical instrument. Unfortunately, it is our least good stat. Yikes, do we have anything that gives us pluses to physical instrument? Oh yeah. And from yonder. Oh yeah. It doesn't matter, we got that already. -2 to physical instrument on that bad boy. No. Okay. Look, we'll give it a go, but physical instrument is by far our worst. No, pain threshold's our worst stat, as is electrochemistry. I am not living up electrochemistry.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Made no difference. Let's give it a go. I know we're going to take damage from this, though. Yeah, 3%. We had to get double sixes. Yikes. It was worth a try.
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
The door has withstood your demolishing attempt. There must be another way in.
Below, in the union box, was there something behind the window? In the hawthorn branches, brushing against the glass?
What?
No one knows. It is a fleeting feeling.
Okay, well, we're definitely going down to check up on that. Interesting. Okay, let's head downstairs. We probably should go to bed at some point. Let's head downstairs. Let's go back to Hardy. To Titus. Oh, they're gone. And I can't click on anything. Okay, no, let's head to bed then. Clearly we've reached the end of the evening. Let us head back to the fishing village. Were there any other... I guess we could try to come up with a good rhyme for Tommy Leon really quickly, if he's still here. He's still down here? No, he's gone to bed. Okay, no, that's right. Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed. We can try all these again in the morning. Poor washerwoman's still out. Oh man, I feel like...
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
I don't think there were any things we wanted to... Oh, hello.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum.
Huh. Listen.
The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
Interesting.
What is this place to you?
It's free. That's good enough. I could live here. Looks like this is my new home. Wonder where the old one went. Yeah. Looks like this is my new home. I wonder where the old one went.
Westward, across the canal, towers the whirling in rags. Door number 1 on the second floor is locked. Behind it lies a trashed room. 1 floor below, behind a counter, stands an irritable man. In a small shack in the fishing village, a baroque heater hums quietly, emanating a sense of comforting warmth. A wash basin lies on the table, the water inside reflecting the somber face of the world. Far away, on the corner of Perdition and Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant.
Thank you, strange sensation, for a fair assessment of my current situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
What? Look under the floorboards. There are no floorboards, are there? I can't see any floorboards.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Okay, let's go to sleep. We'll see if we can look under the floorboards in the morning. Oh my god. Okay, we need to look under the floorboards. Whatever that means. But for now, we will head to bed.
The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a
this game.
deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Dark Shore my ass. I know what this is.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately?
Yes.
Saved anyone lately?
No.
Murdered anyone lately?
Definitely not.
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
What the hell?
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
Okay, so I'm a murderer and that's bad.
Hear that? He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last stream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
And the air will smell of apricots.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it will be okay, though.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Okay, I will open my eyes. It's a weird comment. Very weird comment. Why shouldn't I have seen the stained glass window? Doesn't seem to be any floorboards that I can look under. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's somewhere else. Maybe it's back in the Whirling in Rags where I was before. Oh, that's a pretty cool twist. Let's head back to the Martinez waterfront. Oh, I'd have to pay Gart to get access to the room. Maybe? Or maybe during the day he keeps it unlocked. Let's have a quick check. Oh, if we have to pay Gart $20 to stay the night, whatever. There's no floorboards in here. There's no floorboards. Okay. Nope, that's fine. It was worth a check. I just wondered if maybe that was important. Look under the floorboards. Does it mean there's no floorboards here too either though? Okay. We'll shake that thought off for the moment. We'll come back and try and figure out that thought later. Now, quickly, let's check our tasks. Oh, that's right. We wanted to look at the window with the Hardy Boys here. That's right.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Inland Empire said to go downstairs. Mysterious door has been seen. You've been here for a long time, and the icosahedral dice set Sirens gives us a plus to this. Let's go.
There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find.
Oh dear.
It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Someone's hid a key in the bush, and I'll point at the window.
Huh?
Titus, can you hand a key to me, please?
I'm not your janitor, cop. I don't even know what you're talking about. There's nothing there.
If he says it's there, it's there.
The lieutenant takes his glasses off to clean them, then puts them back on. I need you guys to hand... can you let me slide by so I can grab the thing?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
Are you kidding me? Are you not going to let me get to this key?
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The hawthorn's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you.
Thanks, Theo. I'll take the key.
The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you, and I'll nod to the old man.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
Does anyone know why this key was hanging outside the Union Box window?
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
I wonder what doors it opens.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
Absolutely. Should we talk to Gart about it? Let's talk to Gart about it. Just before we head around.
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right?
The cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognised the song. Told you I'd rock that shit.
It was alright. Subdued. I might start letting people up there again. Now, what can I do for you?
Gart, I saw a thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Klaasje in room 3, she nicked the phone line.
Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
Hey, Kim's here.
He really doesn't like it being Klaasje.
You have Lena. Lena's a good customer.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
What?
What? Did someone mention my name?
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here.
Is Lena not a guest?
Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else?
No, that's good. Thanks,
yes.
mate. No, that's good. Thank you. All right, it's time for the door. Oh, huh. Fair enough.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Blue is for mystery.
It could be connected to the barred door upstairs.
Let's try the workshop spare key on the door.
The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks.
I want to point out that it says workshop spare, which means there's a workshop primary key as well. Minimum, there's one more key. Probably more.
Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages.
Interesting.
No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
The blue door! Let's go. Oh, okay. How do we get in? Ah, there we go. Ah, pinball machines. Oh, that makes sense. This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. This pinball is white Deora. The back glass shows a female figure in the morning. Oh, in morning. A note. NB. The spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner of the room window. Oh, there's another pinball machine here.
Over there, in the corner.
A pinball machine.
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
I love the pronunciation of Gordy. Kim, are you saying what I'm saying? I'll point to the machine.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Oh, it's more than just a classic. A must-play. All serious pinballers have attempted a tempo run.
Wait, you've played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Kim has a weird reaction to pinball. We picked this up a while ago. Let's take a closer look. Pull out the machine.
Ah, great.
The lieutenant sighs.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin-operated. Get the game on, finger boy. Those flippers are ready.
Finger boy. Let's lean closer to read the text.
Above the painting of a moustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Let's inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble.
Fair enough.
The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain.
Kinda cool, actually.
Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
Well, we've got the money, let's go.
It takes a while
goats.
to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
Nice.
Go, go, finger boy.
Stop calling me finger boy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Wait, what kind of guy was he then?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
Yeah, that's not cool.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Piece of shit.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this. I'll continue playing.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate, aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
Nice.
Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass. An ampoule? The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
That's so cool.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness.
No, Melody!
This can be navigated.
Ah.
The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
Okay.
Hit the pads as fast as you can. Maximum attack. Not even a bullet can get through. The amount of focus it takes to predict when a ball goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done. Focus.
Okay, volition.
You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death. You're in a perfectly balanced system where neither you nor the pal is able to get the upper hand. This could go on forever.
Kim, it can be done. Just watch.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Reaction speed. Why do we get a -1 for being bad at ball games? We might not be. What's our reaction speed? 6. Pretty good. Let's give it a go. We'll bump it up if we don't succeed on this. We've got some items surely that can improve our reaction speed. 28%. Just under a third chance. Let's go.
Ow,
Damn.
you can't even see it.
Oh, we were so close too.
The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. It killed itself to spite you. There goes nothing, finger boy.
Okay, what have we got that improves our reaction speed? And we'll bump it up a level. I know this is definitely not a thing that we should be spending our time doing, but I am now fully committed to to this now. Come on, reaction speed. We must have things that improve our reaction speed, right? -1, definitely not. Maybe we don't. I don't think we have anything to improve our reaction speed. Okay, we will come back and try this again when we have a better ability to succeed. Find an item that improves... Oh, hang on.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your finger across the dust of the white Deora machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Deora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme. Probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Deora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era on the Muindi Isola, the others being Ria Silvia and Advesperaskit. This theme is all about early airships and beautiful, sad, pearl-laden women. It's quite nice, actually. The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
How about we fire up one of these bad boys and play some ball?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist Pinball.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball?
I want to insight check that.
He doesn't.
What about the other one, the Franco-Nigerian ball? You want to play that?
No.
Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, a.k.a. Kimball?
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
Hey, Kimball.
What?
You're Kim Kimball Kitsuragi.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them.
Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, a.k.a. the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
What? Wait, but I still can't remember anything else.
Wonderful. He only remembers hearing about the pinball policeman.
You don't really seem to like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastique, science-fiction, and historic romance franchise. It is lame.
Then why are you called Kimball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
How did you...
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring, as you do when you're a juvie cop.
Sorry, just pinball ring, like a gang of hardened pinball criminals. Okay.
It was not okay.
Oh.
I needed to become a pinball champion. I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide.
9 months of pinball and he hates it.
End of story.
You were a juvie cop for 15 years.
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
Wait, so that's why you don't like to talk to Kuno?
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
Don't worry, I'll keep calling you Kim.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is good too. Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my god, if I could not love Kim anymore, but somehow I have found a way.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Look in.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
Interesting.
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
Let's look at the elevator controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
That's a good start.
A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
Thank you, Encyclopedia. How close are we to a level up, by the way? Oh, yeah. 25 points away. It says the last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
88. This elevator was maintained a long time ago.
At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries.
That's
I'm
good.
talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
I wonder what this elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Close the doors and go up. Oh, look at this! Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Ooh, +1 empathy, +1 hand-eye coordination. Is that better than our existing jacket? +1 esprit de corps. Nah, I quite like having good shivers. Good to know though. This pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
It looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
He taps his foot.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area, Kim?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Okay, fair enough.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
Yeah, it would be actually.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
I can definitely see Gart doing that. Let's finish that thought. What else have we got up here? Looks like we've got some footprints.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
What does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route leading to the roof. The roof from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant.
Not looking good for Ruby.
This prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer. And if not, at least there are a good argument for this Ruby doing it, to present to Titus.
Let's have a closer look then, and we'll study them.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Okay.
This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom-made or old-fashioned.
Does it have an odd sole from the sandpaper that we found in the lorry?
Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size there is.
The prints look like one person went back and forth, Kim.
Between that and that.
This print doesn't look like the odd sole print we found at the hanging, Kim.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. I wouldn't rule out Ruby coming here yet. This isn't an argument against her. People change shoes, you know? But it's not an argument for her either.
This doesn't look like a worker's boots from the hangar, though, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Alright, let's get up.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Alright, let's move on. What else is there to see? Oh, here we go. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. Klaasje's bedroom.
This is the barred door you tried to kick in before.
So what's on the other side?
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Klaasje about this route. See how she reacts?
Folded M dimension. A reference to the popular science fiction series, In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly, and reads science fiction.
Ah, Kim, I love you.
Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact. Or the roof.
Let's unbar the door. Oh dear. Okay, so there was a hole in the wall. Someone could watch her. Icky.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
Let's get back to those lies you told.
Lies.
She repeats, then trails off. It's unclear what she intended to say.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought it was in there.
She slowly lights another cigarette and
room.
steadies her breath.
Yeah?
That door there, did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator?
Oh. Do you think Ruby could have gotten in that way? To the roof? She could have come up through there.
It's possible.
She keeps looking at the door with a worried expression. The wind ruffles her hair.
There's a peephole on the other side looking into your bedroom.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
The lieutenant points to her window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass.
Okay.
There's a pause as she processes this information.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
Do you think this is somehow related to Ruby passing through there?
We don't know at this point.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape.
If it was recent, who do you think made it? Ruby?
It's very hard to believe that she'd do something like that, but... No, I don't know. I just don't know about this, officer. She could have. Maybe she did. Or maybe it's been there for a long time. The local kids use it or something. Was there anything else back there?
Tracks on the floor. Recent ones.
Huh. This isn't good.
She's straight as a stick, suddenly.
It's an old pinball workshop. The room back there. Place used to be a pinball arcade.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
That's all for now.
Mm-hmm.
She flicks the ash from her cigarette absent-mindedly.
She's lost in thought. Eyes narrowed. Forehead furrowed.
Oh, I think that's it.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I was hoping for more. I was hoping for a bit more from that lead there behind the hidden room, behind the blue door. Okay. What else have we got? I guess we could talk to Titus again. Yeah, let's talk to Titus again.
It's you again. What is it?
We need information on Ruby. Let's see what Titus knows and what he's willing to share. All right, I talked to Klaasje. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
I've seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Look, I need to pin this on someone. I've decided to pin it on her. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. Oh, I'm tossing up between 2 and 6. Let's go 2. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. I'm not going to outright accuse her, but I am going to say that I need her help.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
They should do.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
Sounds like they want a theory.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Oh my god. Found the key in the union box, saw the winch, staged like a play, reconstructed the murder scene, found the antique rifle, Klaasje gave us the motive, we found the secret route, and Ruby is a drug trader established. What's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 10. Let's go, baby.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Titus, why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
I'm actually not, genuinely. I'm not 100% convinced it's Ruby, to be honest. I think it's a solid theory, but I'm not convinced. I'm keeping my mind open.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
She didn't go to the toilet?
No.
In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time?
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he suspected her too.
Shit.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
There's a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
We do need to talk to Gart about that, actually.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
But there is.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
I think even less if she was determined.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
They are, look, to their credit at their very core, they're policemen. They want to investigate this. They want to know the truth.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift.
Oi.
How about I go instead of...
Hey.
Shush now. You got something else to back this route up? Or
You do
is that it?
Sorry. You do agree that the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Klaasje's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
There's a 72% chance that the bullet came from the roof.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
I analysed it on the spot. Turns out I can do that.
No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend. People talk. And what they say doesn't sound like a science cop. You're a madman.
Wait, can I become a science cop? I want that to be my copo type. I want to be science cop.
Those numbers were an ass pull, man.
Yeah, and they don't put hair on the roof either. It's just mambo jambo. He hasn't got shit.
I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints? Recent?
I'm going to say recent, a week or two.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that, Cobb. Good news is, I'm still listening.
There's no point talking about the pinball. I'm certainly not going to mention that someone could have climbed up the outer wall like a spider. I don't think the winch is particularly relevant. Would you get a +1 for that check, though? Have you noticed a winch out back on the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
That's right.
That's one mystery down then.
Oh.
An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
At least I said that. Guess what? Remember that key I found here?
I don't like guessing, Cobb. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old, faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
She could have just put it back there once she was done.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting.
It doesn't.
But it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows it.
Maybe the pinball thing is relevant. There were pinball machines in a workshop, still operational. No, it's not relevant. It's not relevant. Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
I've analysed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed.
So...
The man shrugs and looks at you.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those.
We do not.
This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
You don't know. Just be honest.
I'm just being upfront with what I know.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy. She's connected to you know what.
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock, probably.
Yeah.
He's not being too forthcoming. This is not a surprise.
So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination.
No, it's not, because there are weapons like this just lying around in Martinez.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there with others just like it.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
That's a goddamn breech loader, too. Find one that works, and you got a military-grade weapon that shoots jacketed ammunition.
He sees it. This is coming together. He must. Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet.
This is the bullet that did it. 4.46mm. Belgrave uses the same caliber. Belmagrave uses the same caliber.
The blonde man looks at the mushroomed deathbringer in the evidence bag and says,
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4mm too.
Whoa. Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
I did say I'd prove she had a murder weapon. I didn't say I'd prove that she had a murder weapon, just that we need to find her. Yeah.
All right. Keep talking. I'm getting a bit curious about some things myself.
We've got him, boys and girls.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize to cover up. Yep, that's really important. Why did she jump straight to helping to cover it up?
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
That is really suspicious.
Really, Shanks? Klaasje wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Ooh. Who shall we go with? Eugene, Shanky, or Titus? Let's go Titus. Or maybe Shanky. Shanky's the one who's a little bit on... He's unsure. Let's go Shanky. Shanky, let's assume you killed him.
I didn't do it, fucker. It wasn't my plan.
Perfect.
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, cut down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your buddies as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
Fuck you, man. I would never fuck my guys over like that.
He squeaks with indignation.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
When Klaasje came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know that something was wrong.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
No, but how would she know, though? Like, come on.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Or she knew what happened because she killed him.
Not so useful.
Titus looks at Elaine, then Eugene. Klaasje told me some pretty interesting things about Ruby.
Yeah. Like what?
Apparently she had a thing for Klaasje.
A thing? You mean?
He tilts his head to the side and falls silent.
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Girls like girls too, I guess, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Klaasje.
Come on, guys. She hangs out with you meatheads. This cannot come as a surprise.
Yeah? No. Ruby's got more balls than a ball pit. You'd have to be an idiot not to... Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
Oh my god.
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
Yeah, that's the only reason, mate. Yeah, only reason.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Light laughter sounds off in the room. It feels nervous. Klaasje said she made advances on her and she thwarted them.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
We have to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to be really honest with Titus. Like, now that we know that Titus didn't do the murder, I'm very confident of that. And that they are kind of like law enforcement here. I'm going to be really honest with Titus. She did tell us when we were close to arresting her.
Figures. But that Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. So there is some truth to it.
But that's the thing, right? The best lies are wrapped in truth.
And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
And then, boss, use us to cover it up? I mean, that's just fucked up.
If it's true. But it's not. Right?
I don't think it's a leadership challenge, and I don't think she killed him because it would carry favor. No, I think we've nailed that one. We can move on. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room.
We've got him.
The old man in the corner nods.
Yeah.
A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
We got him, everybody. We're good.
This is the only option he cares for.
And the opinion he cares for, I think I meant to say. But that's okay. Still good.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
That is really weird. So if she was hiding away for some other reason, but she was hiding because she was scared, that is super suspicious. Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Yeah. Nothing else to say there, but yep.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Alrighty. When did she leave Titus?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
And what was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
And a hole in his heart.
Why not? You suck on that gun like someone tore you a brand new asshole.
I have no idea why I should be scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head.
Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock.
Ooh.
That you're a human can opener. That you play suspects against each other. Open them up. Like cans.
Shit. That's exactly what I've been doing.
And then when they're all empty, just move onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it. Whack him. Or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Oh, interesting.
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus. This called heat. But she was too scared.
Oh, no. I want to know what it was. Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Like she might have known where to find old rifles.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Yeah.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
You're all here. Who's out looking?
Lizzie needed some air.
The gardener, but she went to tell Everard.
You're a smart cob, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know fast.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
God damn it. Could you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There are some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked.
Definitely follow up there.
I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
Do you know what she's doing with the Ulan frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
Okay.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
It's okay, Angus. You've been super helpful, mate.
There you have it. Pale something.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
He puts his hand out. I'm going to shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
Or I think he's going to be insulted if I say you should be a cop, Titus. I'll just think it. He's going to be insulted. He's going to be like, I am a cop. I'll just think it.
No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling.
Oh, that was a good call.
He just wasn't sure what you are.
That was a very, very good call. I almost made the wrong call on that. I was so close to clicking the top option. Oh.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours?
Yeah, and...
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Klaasje. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
I know, Volition. What do you mean?
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
Well, the bullet didn't have to have come from a roof. It could have come from anywhere on the coast.
Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere. But you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window.
I'm not, though. The bullet was jacketed. Those don't just lie around everywhere, do they?
Good point. It is rather rare these days. But do continue.
It turned out the bullet was an antique.
True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it.
The footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit with the odd soul prints on a crime scene.
No, they didn't.
And most damning of all, a huge, military, large caliber rifle. People should have heard it. So far, no one's mentioned hearing the shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you.
I'm done thinking about this.
That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. free as a bird on that roof, lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me?
Oh, no.
Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous.
No.
Move on. It's no use harassing her further.
No, I should have trusted Volition. Oh, no, I knew I should have trusted Volition. I said that. From the very beginning, I've always said I should be trusting Volition more. Oh, yikes. Okay. Oh, that's a real shame. That's a real shame. We've got a couple of extra points now. Let's level up savoir-faire and composure. Get those bad boys up to 6 so that we start getting some good passes on there. And that's good for the moment. I could do suggestion. Stick there for the moment. They're pretty good. Oh, yikes. The doomed hostile. Oh, that's right. We need to talk to Gart. We might go back in and talk to Gart. I guess we could check back in about the victim's armor. We still haven't found the murder weapon. Still armor pieces we need to find. We still need to do the wall. That's right. We're going to try and figure out which wall we wanted to paint. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Okay. Let's have a think. Where do we want to start first? All right. No, sorry. I don't need to be in the inventory. I was going to check out if we wanted the pinball maker's coat. +1 empathy, +1 hand-eye coordination. It means we'll get... No, I quite like my Shivers where it is. Although this does ruin my whole inventory management, unfortunately. Okay, let's quickly talk to Gart. Sorry, should have done this before we left. Let's quickly tell Gart about the situation.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Gart, I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing? Great. I love those.
Gart, what if I told you I got into the back room behind a blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He controls his excitement well.
He's really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines. It's a pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too.
They were right.
I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? Do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He appears to be making a calculation in his head.
He was wondering about something business-related, about how much money he could make of one.
Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
I'm not going to tell him yet. I want to find some more evidence. I want to actually... Let's go to the church. I think we're close to finding out the secret of the doomed commercial area. I think it's got something to do with what happened to the erasure of the data. I'll let him know about the peephole, though. God, there's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room right next to Klaasje's bedroom. I found it when I found a pinball machines.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The colour has drained from his face.
All right, you've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not.
Nah, let's rock and roll.
Yes.
Let's rock and roll. That was good enough. We got the information from him that we needed. Okay, let's try and do that conceptualization check with Don Leon while we're here. Oh, and then we'll quickly jump on the radio.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
I should double check. Do we have anything that increases our conceptualization? I'm assuming some of these glasses might. Well, no. Okay. Any of our jackets, hats? Shirts. +1 conceptualization. Okay. Is this giving us plus? No. Anything else for conceptualization? I'll take anything. Anything for conceptualization. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Okay, cool. That'll do.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It's a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
Where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Did you?
I don't really know.
No matter. Great verses like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it. Seems you have some literary chops. Maybe there's hope for me yet.
That's a strange compliment.
Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop.
For a cop?
They're more often into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small.
Any organisation gets all kind of folk. I'm sure we're trying our best.
The lieutenant looks at you in silence, a curious look in his eyes, nodding slightly.
Well, you've given me some hope, I guess.
He gives you a thumbs up.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Have we never asked him what he's hauling? What are you hauling anyway, Tommy?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
It's clearly a joke, Authority.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Alright, what are you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
So nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
And that's your machine behind you, Tommy?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Maybe.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
That found A6 you got there?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Can I get one of those found tracksuits you're holding?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Yeah, that's fair. Right, I had another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I don't need money from him. That's all. Thank you. Alright, brilliant. Let's get back into our usual gear. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so I think we probably... Oh, the dice! The dice! Let's go get our dice really quickly. And then we should definitely head to the church. I know we want to look for Ruby, but we've got plenty of time in the day, and we're heading to the coast anyway to find out where Ruby is, so we'll head to the church first. I know it's not really in the exact same location, but that's okay. It's alright. It's vaguely the same location. I'm going to need my torch, aren't I, before I head up there. I do like the Kvalsund multi-tool. It's been very handy. Alright, let's head on up. Hello, friend.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Yeah, I came back to pick up my cursed die.
Very good. That will be 7 real for 1 custom die.
Ooh, cursed Ilmarian die. $7. Here you go.
Here's the cursed die you ordered.
The dice maker opens her desk drawer and hands you a tiny black sphere with 6 phrases written on it. I'm going to read the phrases.
The phrases read, God is indifferent. Take all. Lose all. 50-50. Nothing happens. And pale.
What is this?
It's a die. Try rolling it.
I'm definitely going to cast the cursed die.
You throw the ball on the floor, and it ends with one of the phrases facing upwards. God is indifferent.
Good. Now roll again, detective.
I'll roll again.
It lands on exactly the same result. God is indifferent. It declares again.
It's a weighted dice. Fantastic.
It's a sphere pretending to be a 6-sided die. Each roll will end with one of the phrases facing up. The die originates in Ilmara, where it was used for cleromancy.
Cleromancy.
Except I've weighted the die. When you try rolling it, you realize that each time it gets you exactly the same result. God is indifferent. This is our curse.
Some heavy shit, man.
It's even worse than she says. God is dead. We live in a forsaken age.
You're saying that the end result doesn't matter?
In the face of death? No, not really.
Ah, what a relief.
It is, isn't it? There's something liberating about knowing it's just we humans. No all-powerful forces guiding us, watching us, judging us.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the die.
Good luck, officer.
Sweet. Oh, we've actually got a cursed Ilmaran dice. Amazing. Cool. Sorry, didn't mean to open that up. All right, let's head down to... we'll head back out via the bookstore, actually. It's probably... I don't know which way's quicker, to be honest. Oh, I guess let's head back in here, see if there's any more, because our perception's leveled up. Maybe we'll... Yeah.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
What a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
Yes, it is. Cool. Well, it was worth just quickly checking out. Just to see. Just out of curiosity. Alright, let's head back down. Oh, hang on. Poor animals. No rest for their bodies after death. Man, that's some... Oh, is our physical instrument leveled up yet? This would be cool if we could lift this.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a...
Nope. That's a no. Alright, let's head on out of here. We can re-equip the Kvalsund multi-tool, and then let's make our way... That's not the Kvalsund multi-tool. Let's make our way... I guess we could chat to Plaisance. Nah, I don't think we need to talk to Plaisance about. Alright, let's head to the church. Let's see if we can help out with what's going on in the church. And if our logic's leveled up, we might be able to pass that hard logic check as well. What is our logic? 7. I think that's enough, right? What do we need it to be for that? Oh, look, they're all in here now. That's fun. Let's head on over and... Oh! Cold wind blows in from the broken gallery. Makes your skin crawl.
Yes, what is it?
She doesn't look up from the keyboard. Hey, about the 2mm hole again.
The swallow, you mean? What about it?
A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
You measure it by collecting data on its surroundings, on that which exists.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins.
I didn't tell us anything new. Okay.
Hydro.
But honest,
that's
but
right.
does it have anything to...
Great.
Cool. That didn't help us. I might just turn the music down just a touch so we don't get in trouble again with YouTube. Yeah, it's now the music. Okay, that's okay. So we can turn the environment back up and just turn the music down one. Cool.
Yes.
All right.
What is it?
How's the project going? I see that your neighbours have moved in, but all I hear is anodic dance music.
What? What did you say?
You can barely hear her over the thumping bass of anodic dance music. I said, how's the project going?
I can't hear you. The music is too loud.
The project, how's it going?
Oh, the project. It's not going well.
Why?
There's that guy.
Shh.
I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Why don't you just ask him?
He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and yekukata. A place to be, apparently.
I'll speak to him, see what I can do.
Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes. Let me know how it goes.
I may as well ask her. Have you seen anyone suspicious, say a woman named Ruby?
What? No. No one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Okay. I'll let you work in peace now. Alright, Egghead. We're gonna have to solve the Egghead problem.
The young man behind the mixer deck acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
Tequila Sunset. We are Tequila Sunset.
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
All core! All right!
Say nothing. Say nothing.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the church.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feeblish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
But there was no question.
Shit. Alright, let's give it one more go.
Back to the heavyweight jam! Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent!
Still say nothing.
All core! All right!
Still say nothing.
He furrows his brow.
Yep.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore!
Is it though?
Ooh, he stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
Shit.
We're close.
Alright, we're just going to power through these.
Hardcore, internally coherent. All core.
He furrows.
Hard. Is it
So
though?
hardcore. It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Wait. Okay. He frowns, then starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal.
What? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you said you were worried. What do you think's wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
One song for a whole year.
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
Right.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but
Ouch.
you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto, Egg. It's not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop!
For a moment, you almost think he's going to put his hand down, but that would be ludicrous.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot sink it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspicious like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
Try to think if anything could make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Feel the movement of blood through your head.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer, in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm, the inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails me. Sorry, Egg.
I know! So does mine!
Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Me being the police isn't going to help us.
Oh.
I can't help with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
Make your body... Maybe your body can tell you what Arno Van Eyck's jam is missing to make it harder core. Do I have... I've got some things that'll give me a physical instrument. I feel like this is important before we do... No, let's do... maybe this is important before Suna's thing.
Alright! Here comes the night!
What did Shivers say? Up on Rue de Saint Ghislaine, was it? I feel like I need to trust Shivers. Shivers said there was something... A hawthorn tree. Oh! Oh. I know where we need to go. I know exactly where we need to go. So, down along the pathway here, there's the tree with all of the like, ropes and stuff in it. Yeah. There's nothing we can do with it. Dang, I really thought that was the answer. I'd remembered it and I was like, oh yeah, there's this like tree with what looks like tape reels in it. That's okay. It was worth a try. Let's head back to the church then and let's help Suna with her thing, hey? Alright, let's head inside. Dang, I really thought that was important. Alright. Let's get that cable plugged in, hey?
Denarian Church! The place to be!
A hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint Ghislaine, tangled in its branches. Something bronze flutters in the wind.
See, it is important.
He stands on stage behind a table, nodding along to the music and waving his hand in the air. The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5 written next to it.
They're missing something. They're missing... Okay, how many points have we got? We've got 3. Okay, let's do... Hang on, have we got anything to help us with physical instrument? Let's give this a check, and then we'll probably have to level up our physical instrument when we inevitably fail. Physical instrument. Oh, I think we've run into this problem before. I don't think we have many clothes that help us with physical instrument. Definitely not the -2. No. Okay. Look, +1's better than nothing, and at least we can quickly retry. We'll just skip through this again. We've already heard him.
Morning! Yeah! Hardcore!
Even percent. Let's give it a go.
No.
Damn.
That would be silly. Your body isn't for thinking. It's for robust, wholesome things. Things like discus, javelin, and 400-meter hurdles. Discus.
Did someone say disco?
Oh. Wait, how can we get to do this again? Oh. And now it's even higher. The beat of your heart. Oh, the horrific necktie wants to try again. Okay, brilliant. Let's give it another go.
No.
Shit.
That would be...
Did someone say disco?
Alright, let's give it a level up. Dang. I was hoping I'd get that. That's nice that the necktie helped me out. 83%. Let's go.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate. In your heart that's alone. And in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass. The young man makes a sudden move like he's about to turn the volume down. But that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes a song really stick so that you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know. I was thinking you might know.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
What?
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
I'll look into it in official capacity. It's up to the police to make the beats go harder. I really want to select that one, but I don't want to disappoint Kim. All right, I'll see if I can come up with something on my own. A citizen investigation.
The young man falls silent with appreciation.
Amazing.
He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Fan 8's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
Rue de Saint-Ghislain. I've been there.
Oh, I know. I know this. I can tell you where it is.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge.
We know that.
The one
I knew that.
Yeah, we know.
And the mosaic sidewalk.
Yeah, we know.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway.
It feels cold.
Does it?
He looks around, looking for the cold. All right, we'll shake it off.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Okay, let's go grab that tape, because we do have a tape, but it's the smallest church in Sancerre, which is probably not the level of base they're looking for. So it was 11.19. How much does it cost us to fast travel in terms of time? Nothing. Costs us nothing to fast travel. That's outstanding. Sorry, I'll run. That's so funny. I knew this was important, this tree.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain. Bronze-coloured ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze.
Yeah, because it was too obvious. Like, all of these things hanging down. I was like, that has to be important later.
Just like promised, you've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages.
We get a +1. The multi-tool is truly multi, and we're a karaoke superstar. Get it down.
With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling,
we only just passed.
You manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches.
Shit.
It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to respool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
What's the tape for?
It's for Egghead. I promised to make his Van Eyck jam hit a bit harder. Maybe this tape can help.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Maybe Egghead can point me in the right direction.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
He looks at his wristwatch a little impatiently.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Yeah, no, that's all good. We know all about that. Our was it reaction speed helped us with that just before. Well, let's head on and get Roy to fix this, and then I think this will help us with Suna's task as well. Oh, we got a new thing. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Hey, Roy, do you know how to fix this?
You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but...
Great. Could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty... worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Worthless? It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know the old church down the coast?
Yes. What about it?
I helped some young ravers turn this place into a nightclub, and they play those weird beats out there, which they call anodic music.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it, no bass. Just goes bzz, bzz, bzz. But this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
Can do.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
I'm not going to call him out for how long that took. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, my pleasure. I do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Roy. Done. Let's get this back to the ravers. Oh, and I'll change my shirt back too, actually. We didn't change anything else, did we? No. Definitely leaving the necktie. I know we get better bonuses from other ties, but I don't know. The necktie seems to really help us out. I like having my horrific necktie. Might be one of my favorite pieces of clothing, and that's not just because it talks to me. It's mostly because it talks to me. Okay, it's because it talks to me. All right, let's head inside. Oh, actually, we should check and see if we can listen to the tape first as well. Let me quickly equip. I wonder if we can listen to it. Oh no, it's not in the interactable, so we probably can't. Dang. Okay. That's all right. Okay. That would have been pretty cool. All right, so I think we'll wrap up here for today. We'll head on over and talk to Egg, but we'll wrap up here for today, and we will come back next time with even more incredible Disco Elysium fun. So until then, everybody, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.